Once great philosopher Socrates once said, wisdom begins in wonder, and to be able to wonder how we can better educate our generation and test them adequately is the only way to achieve that. Standard grading and testing system is an inefficient way to measure a student's ability to learn. I personally feel like high school did not measure and test me in a proper way to measure my ability to learn and what knowledge I retained. The system needs to be set up so it grows with the student and it almost learns how the student is able to obtain knowledge. High school testing is not a proper way to measure students' knowledge. Test scores are also not a proper way to measure a teacher's quality. It's like measuring temperature with a tablespoon. There needs to be a direct relationship between the student's test scores and what knowledge they actually have learned. Dr. Papham thinks that tests should not judge the quality of education. Not every student is standard, so why should there be a standard grading and testing system? Not every student has the same native intellectual ability to learn. Students value letter grades more than they value actual education. Not every student can learn the same way, so why not use something like technology that can be utilized to customize the way testing and grading systems are used? Because not every student can test the same way, and not every student can learn in the same way. It's time that we change the system by using technology so we can make it more efficiently and more effective for people to learn and how we test them. The younger generation was literally born into a world with technology. There's 4-year-olds using iPads probably better than how I use them. In Grace Kenya's article of The Condition of Education from 2006 to 2018, the enrollment rate from grades K through 12 is going to increase about 9%. That's a lot of kids, and kids born in the 2000 era are going to be 18 years old, seniors in high school. Having technology tracking a students' testing patterns and learning capabilities will show and give accurate test results of how they're learning and what they're learning. According to Ramsey and Mustafa, more frequent testing will only motivate about half of the students to achieve higher grades, and it will, about 25% of the students, it would not decrease their anxiety to achieve higher grades. Tests such as the ACT should be revised because it puts too much stress on students. Personally, I feel that the ACT is not the proper way to measure a student's ability. You get sat in front of different tests for about 4 hours, and basically they say, if you don't do good on this, you're not going to do good in college and you're not going to achieve in life. The program needs to be revised that equals out the ACT so it makes it more, not competitive, but more equal to students to get into college. According to On Liberty by John Stuart Mill, the state should not have total control over education, but it should only motivate parents to educate their kids and get them into school. But in today's world, the government has a lot of control over how the school system works. We need to utilize technology such as iPads to set up programs that tracks progress of testing of students and what they're learning day by day, so it can accommodate to an accurate measure of how the student is learning. It's important to consider the change of the system. Ben Johnson says it's time for the role of the teacher to change, mostly because technology allows a student to access knowledge all over the world, and sometimes technology has more knowledge than the student or the teacher, just like this. Open up Blackboard Learning. I can look at my grades, track everything, how I'm doing in school, and there could easily be a program that shows how well I'm doing, almost just like that. We need to look at the prosperity of the younger generations. I'm sure, like I said before, all of us value a letter grade more than actual knowledge. With this evolving world, it's a time to evolve with the system. New technology can make the education system more effective and more efficient for education.